I tried dropshipping digital products and this is what happened. What's going on? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having an amazing and productive day so far. Right now in this video, I'm gonna tell you why I started dropshipping digital products, how it went, and how you could do it too if you wanted to try it out, because it's very different. I'm used to dropshipping physical products from overseas. That's how I originally got into e-commerce, but that was years ago. And now we're in a time where the world is turning more and more digital. Shipping times are longer than ever. So realistically, to build a sustainable online business that's actually generating profits, I knew I can't keep dropshipping physical products from China. Not only because of all the issues that happen, long shipping times, unhappy customers, etc., but also the fact that everyone's trying to sell the same product, and it's almost like playing the lottery, where even if you do start making sales, you aren't really building something that's destined for growth and going to make you a lot of profit because of all the logistic issues that actually happen from making the sale to getting the product in the hands of your actual customers. So over a year ago, I stopped dropshipping physical products from overseas and moved everything in-house. So physical e-commerce I still believe is great. I still am an advocate for it. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, but as the world is turning more and more digital, I still wanted to find a way to kind of get my way into this space where you don't have to ship any products, where all your products can be stored here on my phone, on my computer, and whenever someone buys it from me, it can be instantly delivered to them. There's a lot of potential in this space right now is basically what I realized, and I wanted to take advantage of it. So when I was thinking of this, I thought of a few different things, because I've sold digital products before of my own. I've helped other people market theirs, but I'd never done it in the way that I'm telling you in this video right now, because after I stopped dropshipping physical products from overseas, I still wanted to have a way to start new online businesses, pretty quickly, like within a day if I really wanted to, without having to pay out a super huge expense or anything like that. Basically just starting an online business that has a low barrier to entry. How can I still do that right now when I have an idea, but without having to dropship physical products from overseas? And that's where I came up with this idea and started taking action on it, where in a nutshell, I find companies that sell digital products, I find creators that sell digital products, and pay these people a small one-time fee for the rights to that product, where then I'm able to modify it, change it however I want to, and then I can resell it on my own store with my own brand without having to credit them or without having to pay them a recurring fee. So basically every time I make a sale on my store, the product is instantly delivered to my customers because it's digital. I'll give you some examples soon. And there's no recurring product costs. So it's not like physical e-commerce where, each unit costs a certain amount of money, but instead the digital product, once you recoup your costs, it's just profit every single time. The only cost you're paying is maybe whatever it is if you're running ads, to actually make that sale. But that's where this kind of opened up my eyes and shows, okay, there's a ton of profit margin here and there's a ton of potential. Now, most people that get into dropshipping, they don't pay attention to their numbers, when knowing your numbers is actually the most important part to actually making money with your own e-commerce business. When you lose control of your numbers, you don't know what you're making, what's going in, what's going out, that's when you lose control of the business. And overall, that's one of the leading reasons as to why people aren't able to scale their own e-commerce business profitably. And I don't like to blame people, and there's no reason to, but most of these big e-commerce platforms that we sell on don't have built-in comprehensive detailed reporting that we can look at to know our exact numbers. And that's where BeProfit comes in. It's the most accurate profit analytics app for e-commerce sellers. So if you're selling on a platform like Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce, basically you can add this as an app and you're gonna be able to look into all types of live reporting and analytics that are gonna help you know where your numbers are at and what you need to do moving forward. Now, most e-commerce sellers who are using these platforms and tracking their analytics and profit the right way are using BeProfit to do so. And there are some super unique features that BeProfit has to offer. So what I recommend you do is just go ahead and check out their website, beprofit.co. And if you like what you see and you want to incorporate this into your own online business, you can get 30% off for your first 3 months by using the link in the description or code Tanner30. Now, I want to take you through the process of when I had this idea and to actually testing it out and seeing what kind of results we could get with it. At first, it was a little bit confusing when I'm trying to pave my own path and do something new. Obviously, it can be a little bit challenging, but I knew this had a lot of potential because of the profit margins. Like, as soon as you have something that just gets a little bit of traction, starts getting 1 sale a day, 2 sales a day, 5 sales a day, you're able to really scale it up quickly and actually make profits, which is what I was most excited about. And I would say most people that start online businesses right now do it because they want to make profit. So what I did was just kind of zoom out from a macro perspective in step one and think about, okay, how am I actually going to sell these products? Like, what are the products actually going to be? And I knew it could not be novelty. So novelty is something that doesn't have have a specific use. It's just something that people buy. You know, think of holidays, for instance, like a little Santa Claus cookie jar. That's a novelty item. It doesn't necessarily solve a problem, which I knew for digital products, if I wanted to sell them in massive quantities and make profit in dropshipping these products, they needed to solve an actual problem. So when you zoom out in the world of problems and, you know, here on earth for humans, it kind of falls into a few main categories: health, wealth, happiness, and relationships. But I can't just say, okay, health. People want to lose weight, they want to gain muscle, or you can't just go into a category like that and start selling a digital product like a bland fitness ebook or a bland recipe book. Like, in order to sell digital products, that was a big lesson that most people don't learn soon enough, which is that you can't just sell from a broad perspective. You have to dive deeper into the category that you choose if you're going to be dropshipping digital products. So health, for instance, is a category. I would dive deeper into it and create my own sub niche. So a sub niche would be something more specific. Basically, if it's for women 35 and up, how to lose body fat, or, you know, something along those lines where it's more to a specific person. Because if you make an ebook or any type of digital product, a challenge, a program, you know, a guide, anything that is a digital product that's, let's say, for people who want to get in shape, that's literally anyone. Anyone can, you know, probably needs to get in shape at least a little bit in some way. Instead, you want to focus more on a specific person, because when people feel like you are talking directly to them and their own problems and their own situation, that's when they're going to feel more inclined to go ahead and purchase from you, and when you're building the trust. And when I started diving into these different sub niche ideas I had and which one may have the most potential and which one I wanted to sell in, I started doing product research. Now, product research, it's similar to physical dropshipping, but a little bit different. So there's a couple ways that I have found products. One way is by looking up PLR content, which is where you buy the rights to an existing product that's typically somewhat a little broad, and then you want to modify it to be more specific to your own niche. The other sides are just looking up white label, whatever niche you're looking in, finding a piece of content that way. And obviously it's a digital product, so it's not difficult if you want to make it yourself, or if you want to pay a freelancer to do it, or a company, or however you want to structure that. That's a whole video in itself. But as I was finding these different products and first starting off with PLR content, I started to realize, okay, there's potential in this niche, this niche, this niche. And that's when we started diving into the side of, okay, how are we actually going to take this product, make it something extremely valuable, and start marketing it and making sales? Because anybody can make a product and list it for X amount, say, okay, I have this profit margin, but who can actually make the sales? So that's when I started trying different marketing methods. And there's really two sides, and I found one that works extremely well and costs nothing, which is organic. Because right now, as I'm making this video, TikTok and Instagram Reels have an incredible growth curve where you can go viral completely for free. There's a few different tips and tricks that I use to get more attention. You know, a couple of quick things here if you want to try this is: one, making sure you have a good hook in the first few seconds. Two, you want to make sure your content is, you know, bright, not super dark. And three, you want to make your videos pretty short, starting out like under 15 seconds, because watch time is what's most important. You want people to watch as many times as possible, and you want them to engage. So a way to engage, increase watch time, is by using things like text bubbles, captions, etc. These are all great things for helping go viral completely for free on these platforms. So when I started marketing, I was using these little tips and tricks, but creating accounts that are broad. They're like theme pages essentially. It's not me, Tanner, hey, I have this fitness, whatever, here it is. Instead, I'm going from the angle of a page, broad theme pages. Now, you may be thinking, okay, how are you going to build trust that way? And the easiest way to build trust in this process I've found is by using what you call a tripwire. So a tripwire or a lead magnet, essentially where you can offer something for free to reciprocate value. So basically, I could start posting organic content, building an audience, some rapport, and then offer something for free or something for very, very cheap where it's super valuable. And when someone makes a commitment, like opting in with their email, let's say on a pop-up on your Shopify store or wherever you're selling, then you give them the free product. It's reciprocated. There's value from both ends. And if your lead magnet, your free offer is actually valuable how you say it is, then that person is going to trust you much more and be more willing to actually become a customer and buy your products. And this is one of the many strategies that I found to work very well in this process and helping kind of kickstart and get moving as quick as possible with actually making sales. And as you're posting organic content, you're basically testing creatives for free that you could potentially use for ads moving forward, which is what I have done. Now, at the beginning of trying digital dropshipping, it was kind of a rocky process. And that was because I was kind of putting together digital dropshipping, this strategy that I created here, and testing it out for the first time, where all these pieces have to come together to make something work. But the good part was that I wasn't spending a ton of money testing products or anything like that, or making ads. It was more energy being input, but it was also fun at the same time. It felt like I was really building something. So when the results started to come in, where I know I'm not spending a ton of money and things are actually happening in place, it's pretty cool to see. And it's been quite a while now. We've developed much more advanced strategies and made things much easier and a smoother process than before. So if I have an idea, I can go ahead and start running it as soon as possible, like literally within a day most times, unless it's a more intensive specific product that I want to create. And the golden rule here for digital dropshipping is that you always have to be solving a problem. You can't be selling something super broad that doesn't really solve a problem, like how to install a fridge. Like maybe that's a problem for someone, but the market for that is just not very big, and it's more specific and novelty based, because you aren't going to be selling volumes of a digital product like that. The end goal is to go ahead, get people interested in your specific niche. And the cool thing is, once you have something that's getting attention, you can create more and more digital offers that provide solutions to your customers that are digital. So you never have to worry about physical products from overseas and these long shipping times and all that stuff. So if you've been thinking about starting an online business, or you've tried one before and want to do something else, I highly recommend trying out digital dropshipping, just because the barrier to entry right now is so low, and honestly it's still kind of unknown for the most part. So before more and more people get into this, I highly recommend you can check out videos from my channel or ask me questions in the comments, whatever is going to be helpful for you in getting started. And I even have some free resources I'll put in the description below, with the Discord, where you can join there. Free community, chat with others looking to do this and people who have already started making money, etc., as well as some other resources like a little mini course and some PDFs that'll help you get going. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.